recorded. Okay. Anyway, we'll be covering Mr. Agurino, not Agurin. Jungle King, sorry. I played against Agurin today, so it says Agurin, but you guys see the screen, right? We are watching Mr. Jungle King, and honestly, if you look at this game, he just has losing AD carry, but I think top is fine, mid is fine, and support is doing fine, right? So, the things we'll be covering, especially, will be knowing your limits. I will still be talking about knowing how to get kills a bit, being efficient, and knowing your win condition, but the most important thing is knowing your limits, okay? But I'm just saying, so after this one, I'll actually have like a raffle where one of you guys will just get free coaching, actually, where you just have to upload one of your games, where I'll just open the replay like this, and I'll basically go through the game and talk about the common mistakes of like that person and how we can like fix it. So ideally, someone that's like at least diamond plus. I think platinum wouldn't be as nice because like there will be too many things, right? But I think diamond plus is probably fair. Diamond plus slash master plus. Like around that lane, I'll be just going through someone's game and explain, okay, these are the things and this is how you can see it. And the common mistakes of lower elo people. Because currently I'm just covering high elo people, but from next week onwards, I'll just choose one random guy that's like master plus, and I'll just go over those games that I might find interesting, okay? So, but okay, let's get to this though, right? Yo, Roman and Baron joined. Yo, yo, yo. Wait, Roman left. Cringe kid, wait. Yo, Roman. Yo, yo, yo. Your one you should have skill percentage low relative to CS and KDA. Okay. Anyway, let's get to it, okay? Let's go over how to be goated. Let's get it. Okay, let's start with Mr. Canyon, okay? I want to hear from you guys. I hope you guys remembered what the game plan is. So right here, you know, Mr. Jarvan. So how do you know what you're playing for? I'll just say it because we talked about the previous lessons, so I'm not gonna waste too much time. Number one, what does enemy jungler want to do? That's one. No matter what, after you know what enemy jungler wants to do, okay, you have to look at lane volatility. Because once you know, okay, Kindred probably wants to path towards probably bot side. I think he can't do anything top if Jarvan paths top side. I think going mid lane, he might be able to get kills, but only if he chunks pretty hard though. Right, so he's probably gonna path bot side. So next thing is, how volatile are laners? I think bot lane is like, if Ezreal or Rakan wants to play safe, they can for sure play safe, right? I wouldn't consider it extremely volatile, right? So you might wonder what is considered volatile lanes, okay? Because let's all get on the same page. What is a volatile lane? Everyone has a different meaning for volatile lane. And honestly, when I say volatile, some of you guys actually might see it different. So what is for you guys a volatile lane? I actually would love to hear your opinion first before I give you mine, because I see it in a completely different way. TP does make it less volatile, yes. In my opinion. Melee champs, high trade rate. High record here, Roman. Wait, is recording the stage itself? I just record a full screen basically. Especially taking Knight. There, look, stay close and getting Knight. How hard it to commit for a trade, okay. I mean, all of these answers are correct, by the way. So, I'll go to what my volatile lane is, okay? For me, volatile lanes are lanes that will get low almost guaranteed. Or they lose CS. This is for me, lanes that will get low almost guaranteed, or they lose CS. This is for me, high volatility lane, okay? Because if you look at Ezreal Rakan, okay? I think Ezreal can farm safely if he wants to, okay? And of course, they can make this bot lane can make it super volatile, okay? No doubt. But if you look at top lane, hard to read. Oh wait, I'll just zoom in. Whoop, there you go. I got you. I got you. But yeah, that's basically how you recognize volatile lane. Wait, start the stage. Oh, let me see. Maybe it didn't start it. Oh wait. Working. Okay, wait, I started it now. It doesn't matter if it starts to finger. I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, it's okay. But anyway, let's get to it, okay? So this is how I see volatile, okay? So, well, I'm just gonna have to zoom out a little bit, right? Okay. So if you look at this game, what do you guys consider extremely volatile? So which lane is gonna get low and get guarantees, lose guarantees CS? Top bot lane. I mean, it's pretty hard to know if you're not experienced, okay? But I think in general, melee against melee, if it's not like Caitlyn or let's say Caitlyn, Draven, Kalista, I feel like it's not gonna be as volatile with Draven, Caitlyn, Kalista. Those champs, you're gonna really send it, you know. And the thing is, in this game, it's a Xayah, right? Xayah can like walk up, they can all in sure, but Ezreal Rakan is really good disengage. Like Rakan can just press Q, they can E out, Ezreal can E out. Knowledge realistically can't really land a hook if you think about it. Even if he lands a hook, there's not really gonna be do too much, right? Whereas I feel like top lane, dude, this Rumble's gonna burn. And you see actually the Canyon start bot side here. Because he knows that even if he passes towards bot side, if bot lane's playing like a human, they can't do anything. So of course, just saying guys, in lower elo, this might change, okay? In lower elo, okay? I think in lower elo, you should pass towards bot lane. Because top lane, technically, I think the Rumble can't really die, okay? And I think bot lane and lower elo, they're not gonna play good. So I think any elo in Master and below, I think going bot side is correct. But in high elos, you kind of want to go to the lane that's extremely volatile, okay? So this really differs per elo. Just gotta make this sure. High elo, you can path towards topside. Sorry, yeah, towards topside, because he will use his matchup. In low elo, you path towards bot side. And as well, because if Kinder goes topside, this guy can never kill the Rumble. Which is why it's fine to path towards bot side. But let's say your top lane might get killed if you don't go topside, because it's very volatile. Then you want to go topside, okay? But honestly, top lane is fine here. Does it make sense to you guys? In like higher and low elo? Because let's look at top lane matchup a bit, okay? This guy's gonna start pressing Q. This is gonna be a perma trade. I'm telling you, top lane, if any of them wants CS, they're gonna play super aggressive. So see, Poppy's just dashing in here. And meanwhile, look at bot lane. They're just giving. Next Rumble Q. Brrr. And it's gonna keep going like that. So see how volatile top lane is compared to like, let's say, bot lane. Which is why Jarvan's going towards the top side as well. And as you can see, okay, bot lane went for a trade here. But that's because Ezreal fucked up, you see? He was level 1, he got hooked. If that didn't happen, they would just catch the wave and they would be fine. This guy's even taking feathers here, right? But this is what I mean. In low elo, you want to go towards the bot side. You know? Does it make sense? And this guy just trolled. But hey, in low elo, how often do people troll? You know, like, quite often, right? So, when it's melee against melee in low elo, I'll write it down, okay? And it's super important. So, in Master and below, left bot side, if top lane is okay. In GM plus, left top side, okay. If lane is volatile and bot fine. Okay? Does it make sense? Because I'm not just gonna cover high elo, I'm gonna cover lower elos as well. Because it really differs per elo. I'm telling you, if I play in Pistol elo, I will path towards bot side here and just, I know, I'll collect some free kills. Imagine Jarvan being here, dead. Or maybe Kindred's even gonna go for a counter gank here. Or like, I mean, for a normal gank, okay? And then you counter gank here, the game is lost for them. And I'm telling you, if Jarvan was here, they were gonna die, okay? Isn't the path fucked though? Yes, the path is a little bit fucked because it's going bot to top. But you see this guy's HP. This guy should get dove here. This wave that they crash with his HP, this guy should die. He should run right now to the top lane tower here. If he's not, Kennen is really trolling. And Rumble should be slow pushing the wave here. I think he's pushing the wave a bit too fast. Actually, it's actually fine. Wait, instead of going for the dive... Oh, okay. Honestly, I think it's actually a good choice going for blue buff here. Because honestly, diving a Poppy in his EQ... I think it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, right? And now he can actually take his camps. So, that was a good choice actually. Because he's playing his Poppy and honestly, I think Jarvan can't even press his W. So that was actually the correct choice because he would for sure die. One of them guaranteed. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard for Jarvan. I completely forgot about that. So that's really good, right? He managed to take some camps here and counter jungle. Like, I mean, they're bowling dive for it, but... Okay, one key thing, okay, here. What if Jarvan skips red, go Crux? Invade after? Nah, I think you should take red buff to be ready for a fight. But I want you guys to pay attention to one thing, okay? Let's say you're a jungler, okay? And you want to go for a fight here. This is so important, guys, okay? You are a jungler and I've coached a lot of people, okay? I'm not even uploading every single session on YouTube, but sometimes I am, sometimes not. Depends on if the person wants so or not, right? But right here, what should this jungler do? What should he do? Like, it looks like he wants to fight here, okay? Fuck. This is a spoiler already, but... But what do you guys think? He wants to fight here. Wait and ping. Yes. Because you know what a lot of junglers would do here, right? They would just ping Kindred. I mean, Kindred's not necessarily that weak. Like, he's level 3, sure, but he has 2 long swords, right? But do you see this ping on mid lane? This assistance ping on mid lane? Right now, before Jarvan goes for a fight, he's pinging assist mid lane. Like, someone is pinging assist mid lane. Because he knows that, okay, that if Galio is laning here, okay? Because sometimes laner POV, look, this is Galio POV. This guy's getting fucking fisted. This guy's trying to get CS, okay? Do you think this guy's looking minimap right now? Do you think this guy's actually paying attention to the Kindred here, like right here? Okay, now he's sure, he has some time to look, right? But now, okay, now he's looking, okay? He looked for 1 second, and now he's not looking anymore. He's like, I see nothing. But, you saw this ping assistance? This guy saw that and he was like, okay, I'm gonna hover first. And do you guys know the power of if someone's hovering first? Because this is really huge. Do you know if someone moves first, what it allows you to do? And he has a top marker. He should for sure leave the top crap, but you have tempo. It's not tempo, it's something else that's super important. The fact that if he can fight here, okay, so I'll show you Kindred POV. So imagine his POV is this, okay? Let's say that he goes here. And the Galio starts moving. This Kindred, if he has a prolonged fight, he has to run away. This guy can't keep on hitting. If he keeps on hitting, Galio and Rumble is going to be closer. The moment they're closer, this guy will die. So unless he can one-shot the Jarvan, he can go for it. If not, he should play really slow. So right now, okay, look. Let's say that Kindred wins this fight. But if Rumble's showing first here, what do you think Kindred has to do? Do you think he's gonna keep hitting him? Or do you think he has to get the fuck out? He has to run, right? He has to really run for his life. And that's just the power of someone being first. Even if this guy hasn't arrived yet, the fact that they're moving is already good enough. But, just saying, guys. Let's say for some reason Jarvan wins his 1v1, okay? What do you want his laners to do? Do you want his laners to, like, help him? Or do you want the laners to do something else? Keep pressure? Your laners have to do one thing if you're winning, okay? I'll write it down. Okay, what do you want them to do? Yes, prevent, deny enemy laners. Yes. If you're losing, Ping your laners to move first. This is really important. Because if you win, you just want your laners to fight them. If you're losing, you need your laners to move first. So let's say if Jarvan will be losing this, and if Rumble's moving first, well, guess what? Jarvan's winning. I think you can get them to listen to that, by the way. Like, pay attention to this whole sequence, okay? Look at the pings, especially look at mid lane. He pinged first the thing that he wanted to do, okay? He pinged on the way. Second thing is, he pinged assistance on mid lane. So, on the way, gets the laner's attention, why they have to move. Assistance gets the laner's attention, what they need to do. Of course, it's not always gonna work out, but that's how it should be, okay? And sometimes you might have to adapt if they're not coming. And you as a jungler, it's your job as well to look at, okay, are my laners actually coming or not? And let's say you die because you went in and your laners didn't come. In the end, that's still your fault. Of course, maybe you had the right idea, but the thing is that if you went in and died because your laners didn't come and you didn't adapt, that's on you. You're playing solo queue. You're not playing a competitive game, you're playing solo queue, okay? You have to adapt and you have to just be better. So it's important to not cope too hard by, my laners are trolling me, which honestly might be the case, but in the end, it is still your fault if you went in and your laners didn't actually come, okay? So make sure that you guys don't cope, because if you cope, you're not gonna learn shit. Like, don't put on the Pepper cope, like, it's fine, guys, like, it's not my bad. It's for sure your bad. Even though you had the right idea, okay? But as you can see, this Kindred here, he can't keep hitting, you see? He has to run away. Like, so, of course, what should Kindred have done? What Kindred should have done... Okay, let's say you're just Kindred, okay? Before going for River, so you don't make this mistake that he's making, which even I make, okay? What do you want him to do? Let's say he wants to contest his top crap, okay? What do you want him to do? Okay, ping LeBlanc to move first. Okay. He definitely has to ping LeBlanc to move, yes. And as you can see, the Kindred, despite having mid priority here, he didn't ping. He just went for this one without pinging. So now, okay, if you look at all POV, okay, if you want me to be honest, I personally think from Kindred POV, this is fightable. Like, for sure this is fightable, no? Kindred sees the crap, full HP. Okay, Nola's here, right? So this is the X factor. But, okay, Rumble's first, sure. Right? But Poppy can move, he has a cookie, and I would say this guy's a bit healthy. So if this guy can play slow and wait for his laners, or let's say LeBlanc starts fighting this guy, right? Let's say Kindred thinks he wins too. He should at least ping his laners to fight or follow. But he didn't do anything. He went in river without pinging and he just went here. And Poppy is slower. And that's honestly, but I really do think as well, okay? I think with two longswords, if let's say it's a pure 1v1, I think that Kindred might actually win this. I think if Kindred just alt attacks, or like even Qs maybe the shit away, or even right now, okay, just alt attack, Q, W, auto, then E with his 3 hits, as long as he doesn't get one shot, is winnable. I think he doesn't even have to dodge. I think it will be really close. No joke. If he could keep on hitting here, okay, and start using his events like right here, I think he would actually win that. It will be really close though, honestly. But Jarvan is level 4 as well, so it will be really close, but he will probably lose it anyway, I think, actually. Yeah, I agree. I think he will probably lose it anyway. I don't think he would win that. He would lose. He has to dodge the EQ. But do you guys get how you like have to see river skirmishes? And why it's important that your laners are moving first? They don't even have to be there. So, look at this, okay? If you're winning, you want the laners to deny enemy laners to come, okay? Use pings. If you're losing, ping laners to move first. Use pings. It's so important. Okay, so let's continue watching, okay? Okay, this guy is invading here and... Okay, it's good off. Like, what do you guys think Jarvan's gonna do next? Okay, a small thing. I'll talk about ganking, okay? I want you guys... Wait, what pings do people use? Escalators to deny the laners from help if we win or we won. And most of the times, honestly, you just ping them assistance, that's all. But right now, okay, pay attention to Jarvan's pathing. I've covered this in a ganking video, but I'll cover it once more for the people that have missed it. But in general, you never ever want to walk like this, okay? Don't do that. Or some people even walk like this. You always want to meet the enemy team and just stick to the wall. In this case, and the reason why you want to stick to the wall as well, which is the best answer by the way. The main reason why you want to stick to the wall is because the moment they see you here, you are in the best possible position to sandwich him. You see like how his line is like shorter? But like if he's here, okay, it's a bit more awkward. So if there's like a ward here, the best thing you can do is make sure you walk from this. Like that, okay? And I see a lot of junglers, maybe you guys as well, that walk like this. And then you have to use your EQ or flash there to kill them. Just cut them off from behind. As you can see, he's like now like walking a bit more like this. And he's not walking like this. I think his pathing could have been better. Yeah, they got I think they are pretty close. Cause yeah, you can then alt and EQ them. Oof, really close. Okay. Alright guys. Let's see if you guys can predict it right. So you're Jarvan, okay? You guys are Kennen right now. You guys are cosplaying Kennen, okay? You guys are the GOAT. What would you guys do right now? You're Mr. Kennen that just respawned. Crooks. The bot. Let's see if you guys can get it right. But I haven't watched this game as well, but I just saying. Mark, Invader Blue. In my opinion, I only see one right answer. That's my opinion, but let's see. Okay. Okay. So, I have a question for you guys, okay? So, if you are winning as a jungler, how do you snowball? I want you guys to answer this question. If you're winning as a jungler, how do you snowball? And by just saying, if you're low elo, high elo, if you do this, you're gonna win so many more games. I'm telling you, you're gonna win so many more games. Being a top, invade blue. Objectives is correct, but I think the most important thing is, someone mentioned in the chat, play an enemy jungle. No joke, guys. If you're winning right here, you see this red buff? In my opinion, even though Zai is 1-2 okay, I think these champs 4v4 is much stronger than their champs. One hook, one kill. Okay? So, I think right now, the Drake is up, there's no herald. If you can take... What the fuck, it spawns in 15, 20, 10 seconds, I mean? Okay, he's not gonna make it. Okay, but if he was gonna make it, he should have looked to invade that. Maybe if Kirei for some reason shows topside, but it probably won't happen. I thought it was gonna spawn in 1 minute, but it was not. It was 10 seconds, guys. So joke. But let's say he had like some time, he could take his botside camps and then look to invade him. Potentially look for a mid lane gank if he's trolling. If not, Galio has pretty good push into invade. In this case, he's going for the Drake, but I need to understand why. Wait, let me see. How much stronger are they here? Okay, Galio comes from a fresh base. The wave isn't crashed. Okay, wait, Recon is super low actually. Okay. I mean, the only reason I can see why it does the Drake is because, well, mid lane can TP back, and Rakan's 40% HP, and he knows for sure they will win the fight. If laners aren't ready, you don't invade. You only do this if your laners are there. Yeah, this Drake is good because they know for sure they win, and if they try to fight, they're gonna lose. And this is something you just have to learn because it's just like this complete noob combo pre-6. You just land the hook, you kill someone. Okay, so right now I'm pretty sure that he wants to play for the herald, okay? Wait, when you take enemy genre, so like, can you do it for CS? That is correct mindset, but it depends. It's not always true. It really depends. But anyway, in this case, if you can play for herald, you almost always play for herald, so I expect him to play for the herald. Okay, but here's the key thing as well, though. Would you guys just start the herald here? Like, I'm actually curious what you guys would do here. Because here's where a lot of mistakes happen, and I'm sure that most of you guys might make the same mistake. If you want to play for the herald here, what is the correct thought process before you go for the herald? Because a lot of people actually int here. Pick mid and top to push waves. Can my laners help me? Help your laners so they can help you, yes. You have to help your laners first so they can help you. Because you know how very often a lot of joiners start a Drake, start a Herald, but their laners don't have the push yet? Think from enemy perspective, okay? Imagine that they have a ward on Herald here, okay? And your laners don't have the push yet. Guess what? If Kindred's somewhat human, which concept is it gonna apply that you guys learned in my previous lessons? So Galio's here. Okay. Jarvan's here. What the fuck, it becomes so fat. And then enemy Galio's here, okay? But I need to make it less fat. It's really fat. What's the concept? Do you guys remember? Because this concept is super important. Lasted gank? Nope. It's a concept. I mean, lasted gank is still a concept, but let's say they want to stop the herald. Base before fighting, yes. Like, let's say you're invading, so you can apply this on in invading. No ping pong. Nope. I was gonna spoil it, I think. You need to apply the ball concept. So some of you guys might wonder, what's the ball concept? It's pretty simple. The ball concept is where you are together. Fuck. Where you are together, okay? Enemy Galio split. And you collapse together. That's how you want to play these situations. You basically try to kill enemy mid laner. If he's trolling, you try to kill him. If he's not trolling, you walk together and push him out. And if you think from enemy perspective, okay, in this case, Jarvan didn't start objective, okay? But if they have like no wards in general, it's pretty fucked. So Kirei went for a gank here, but he doesn't even know if Jarvan's on the herald or not. So what he should have done, right, is not go for this gank. Because this gank, like, it's just a 2v2 and he should go for it if he shorts, he wins. Which I think in this position, if Jarvan EQs here, it's just doomed. He didn't even land EQ, by the way. It's just doomed. So as a jungler, what I'm trying to say is that before you go for the herald, okay? One really key thing. Number one, okay? I'll just write it down as well. I'm going for herald. Let's remove this one. Make sure one of your laners can move first. That's all. Because the enemy laner is human or team and they have a ward here, okay? I can tell you that they'll try to either gank your top lane, gank your mid lane, and if it's strong enough, they'll fight you. But if you're together, you're chilling. Yes, you kinda stack with your laner and move together to stop them. But of course, you don't have to necessarily move together. You wanna try to kill him. If you can't, your laner just pushes and moves. That's more the idea behind it. Because then you're together, right? Okay. Okay, let's just go. Wait, okay. So this is probably where some of you guys ask, how do you win like losing laner? So, I mean, mid plus jungle is kind of chilling. But AD carries 30 CS behind, okay? How can Jarvan carry this game? So in base, I would love to hear what you guys think he can do. So you're Jarvan right now. Is he gonna take his camps? Is he gonna go top lane? Is he gonna go mid lane? Is he gonna go bot lane? What's he gonna do? It's always the same, okay? Which is this. After objective slash kill. Okay, let's see if people get this right. Because this is the most important fundamental as a jungler. Bot wave pushing. I'll go. You wanna hit bot? Ping pong. You want to put herald bot or mid? What else is there? Because this is really key. Take camps first in your head. Now, most of those things are correct, okay? So, guys. Number one, I'll just write the general stuff first, okay? I didn't answer it yet, so you always know what you want to play for, okay? It can be what slash woo. What can be, let's say, bot tower, woo maybe 3 mid lane, right? So number 2 would be when. Usually after your camps, right? Unless very volatile. So if you look at this, okay? What does he want to play for? I would say if Nautilus is level 6 and Galio is mid push, I would say that he would love to play through mid lane with Galio ultimate if it comes up, or even if Galio ult's not up, just play together, right? But first, he really needs to clear scams. He's only gonna ignore scams if there's something he can get guaranteed. Is it clear? Because right now, there's nothing he can get guaranteed. And of course, while he's gonna do scams, he's gonna make sure to ping his laners to chill a bit. And not play too aggressive. And just saying, if he has a choice between enemy raptors or his own gromp, he should always go for enemy raptors. Wouldn't covering bot lane be more ideal? No, not in this case. He's way too late, dude. Look at his position. Like, bot lane just has to Berg flip this and push it fast. He will not make it. So he shouldn't. So he's gonna do this, and he's gonna clear his camps after. After he clears his camps, okay? It's probably gonna be... Okay, so Jarvan has a choice, okay? He can either decide to play on this wave and move into bot lane, or he's gonna do his wolves and play the next wave. And in early game in general, what do you guys think is the best? If there's nothing going on. Would you skip your wolves? Or would you take it? Or just go mid lane? Do wolves too, yeah? I think in this situation, just do your wolves. Why would you be in a hurry when your mid is fine and your bot is fine? Now it comes to recycling, and if you happen to die, okay, for some reason, at least your camps are respawning. And the only way you can fall behind is if you go for a play and you didn't take your camps. That's how I fall behind as jungler. It's not because you died, it's because you didn't take your camps and you died. That's actually how I fall behind. So now, he's looking, okay, can I do something mid lane? Can I do something bot lane? And that's what his decision making is gonna be. So his Nautilus is level 6. Jarvan has Gold Drink, this fucking OP. He wins 3-3 bot lane. So he's probably gonna go bot. I mean, it's pretty obvious because he was walking towards bot side, but he has Gold Drinker, 1 hook is a free kill. However, okay, really important thing. How should Jarvan play the fight for him to win? Okay? Like, what targets would your Jarvan want to focus? Let's put it that way. Because here's the thing where a lot of people are ahead, but they troll sometimes with certain things. The one that CC'd, yes. Ezreal, Kindred, Rakan. Basically target selection, which is true. So imagine Nautilus can land a hook here on Rakan. It is not good. If, let's say, they focus Rakan and they focus Jarvan, even though he has an item, he'll still be fine in this case. Just saying. Because he's really strong. But most of the times, supports are almost always going to hit like the enemy support or someone that can just hook. But please don't overcommit. Make sure you like look at them a bit and wait till they use more abilities on the Nautilus. But if this is a good team and they're gonna hold their abilities, okay, on Nautilus and save for the Jarvan, it's really bad. Yes, you should focus the Kindred in my opinion. So you see what the Nautilus did? This is very good. If they can go on Ezreal, that would be the best. Not this guy. So sometimes, okay, if your support's inting and he's focusing on the wrong target and you feel like it's close, just, you know, like low-key fight but don't fully commit. But here they focus the AD carry, which was the best target. Bum. Nice. Okay, and I can get a lot of platings here. Okay, sadly the Zaya died. Okay. But anyway, now we're just gonna talk about limits, okay? We're gonna talk about the jump in fights, and let's look mostly at that, okay? I mean, I just talked about like your jump in fights. Focus carries if you can a bit, but the champion damage output's not gonna be anything too crazy here, I think. Zaya is still the win condition, yes. But it should not be just played with the Zaya. Ideally, Galio should be involved if possible. And the thing is that Ezreal's not as strong at one item. And Zaya and Ezreal's one item is like kinda equal. If not, Zaya's even stronger, all-ins. Let's look at this, okay? How it plays. If I was in Kindred situation, I'll probably have my Recon move mid lane and try to make some magic happen while Nautilus bot lane. It is nothing crazy, just EQ'd here. That is nothing amazing or something, it's just... This got fisted. Boom, he bases. That's what I like to see. A Suika gold. Okay guys, same thing. What do you guys think Jarvan's gonna do? If you guys understand this, games are gonna be so much easier. So, Drake's coming up in 40 seconds. Well, it's pretty obvious, right? In this case, he's gonna go Drake. If Drake was 1 minute, he would take his topside camps. So he doesn't get counter jungled. Because if, let's say that he knows he wants to play for the Drake, and he thinks he wins, if Kindred is smart, he should look to trade. By taking his topside camps, enemy team cannot trade. But in this case, well, Drake's in 10 seconds, so he doesn't have time for that. But of course, let's say bot lane is very volatile. Instead of taking topside golems, just take maybe raptors, or worst case, even skip it. If it's very volatile. But in this case, every laner is chilling. It was time Drake. After Drake, look for invade, yes. That's how it should be. So right now, Kinder's topside, they should look for a dive. On whoever is here. Like, even if your camps are up, okay, here. If Kinder's topside trying to take top tower, you don't take your camps here. You make sure that whoever's standing here is gonna die. Okay. And if no one's there, well, you just take enemy camps. I mean, this is like a bit more competitive, but even solo queue can think about it. But look at this tower, okay? If this LeBlanc is, for some reason, let's say a bit healthier, and you know that Kinder is still topside, if you take the tower so much faster, what should you guys be doing here? Should you base, or should you continue? This might be a trick question, guys. Just saying. This was kind of situational, just saying. Late for T2, late for top. Hey, they're for sure late for top lane, yeah. Okay. I'll just say what I personally think, okay? In general, okay? The rules always, if you're faster, you continue, okay? However, I think personally, if let's say the enemy is not showing topside, okay, and they're not like very committed in top lane, you base for sure. So it's only if the enemy team is like really sending it on your Galio. That's when you continue. But if they're not, you like just take this wave, go back top lane. So right now they're not sending it, so you just take the wave and base. But honestly, you know, even if they completely send it, sometimes, let's say it's minute 12, okay, for some reason, even basing then and going for these platings might still be more worth than going for this. Because in the end, if you can't take this full tower, let's say you drop tower to here, okay? This is not good enough. You need, if you continue for this tower, you need to know you take this tower for sure. Because you hitting this for 30 seconds, getting it here, it doesn't give you jack shit. You need to know actually before going for tier 2 if you're gonna take it or not. Why would you hit it and not get it, right? If you think you can't get it, if you can get it here, not worth it. So just go to top lane, okay? So if you go for tier 2, think in mind, okay, can we even take this tower in the first place? If not, go base. If yes, go hit. In this case, not happening. So now it's pretty simple, right? Just clear bot side. After clearing bot side, you play with your lane you want to play, with your Zaya, Galio, and play towards topside. Okay, wait. Let's see why he's going top lane here. Did you see Kirei bot side anywhere, or? No, he just thinks he can kill him. That's all there is to it. This is not looking that good though, I think. That was really close, but they got it for some reason. Whew. This play looked a bit sussy, you know? But that's why I said, like, does he see Kindred somewhere? Because going for a play like this, okay? Okay, I mean, he kind of checked this bush, but he came from here, right? So it was actually a good play, but Kindred just walked like this. But yeah, that was just I mean, it was a fine play, I think. He just checked the bush, but Kirei just came around. But let's say he's not that sure. So I have a question for you guys. How? Because this is the mistake that a lot of people make, because even Kenny does here, right? So right now in this situation, what would you guys do? If you want to play for this tower. Guaranteed, guaranteed, okay? No risk involved. No risk, just free top tower. Even if he's in the lane bush, he can't take top tower, no? Halberd push? Nope. Yes. Get mid push and enable your ball lane to move, that's the correct play. So, after minute 14, you guys have to really remember this. After minute 14, the waves become normal. You see how this wave is here and this wave is here? The distance between this and all the waves already here, right? So right now, this guy can start hitting the wave. While usually this wave, it needs to be here. But on mid lane, it's already in reach, right? So, the most important thing after minute 14, in general, almost always, okay? Unless you know you can for sure get a silent kill and you don't need mid priority, you go through mid lane. Just here. Stand around here. If enemy kindred here and fight, you dare counter gank, kill them. If not, your Zaya gets the wave, move together. The moment he has the wave, you start walking towards the top side. What happens is that if you think you can play through mid because you're winning, if they gank here, they lose. If not, exact same situation is gonna happen. Now we're 4v3. And now, if you're supported in base here, and he's around here, when Ezreal's stuck, you can send it on top lane. But now Nala's base is a bit more awkward, but imagine Nala's was here, okay? And imagine that if the Kindred was here, he was dead. If Kindred wasn't here, and I said the support in jungle is good, they'll be under tower here, okay? And what happens is that they're trying to defend, and if you can dive them, in this case I'm pretty sure they can if they're champions, right? They're pretty OP. You dive them. If not, okay, your team has put wards here, or like here ideally, and now the next mid lane wave that comes, guess what? The same thing. Mid wave is first, right? So what do you do if enemy support and jungle sitting here? This is a bit actually more advanced. You probably won't have to do this in solo queue, but I still want to mention it. What can you do if you can't dive and enemy jungle and support is here? And this one probably not a lot of people know, I think. Play for mid. Okay. What do you want to do in mid lane? Do you want to dive? What do you want to do? Just push the wave, or? Because that's the most important thing. Yes, you play for material mid. And in my opinion, if you have like a ward here, you will usually sit and rotate. You dive this guy. If they're covering here, you dive this Ezreal. He's dead. And guess what? If they're mid lane, you take top lane, right? So the requirement for that to happen is that you need your support to be here and put down some wards. I see the rotations. The moment you see the rotation, you can play like that. And I mean, there's like a scrap here, right? At this point, like, they're kind of fed. I mean, Galo's ultimate too, yeah. Okay, there's topside camps. Just one thing that you guys have to pay attention here is that Drake is up in 116, okay? Canyon here knows that he wants to play for the Drake, so he's taking his topside camps first before basing, because he never wants to go topside here. And he knows that mid, bot, everyone should be fine. Okay, maybe not Rumble, but you guys get the idea. So now he just takes his camps, and for the next 3 minutes, he will legit be sitting bot lane. Which is why even with 2.9k gold, he's just taking his camps. This way, he gets more items, his camps are recycling faster, and he never has to go topside again. And this is how Canyon plays in general. Take opposite side, play towards the bot side, and play towards the objective. And if he sees some guaranteed opportunity, he's just gonna go mid lane. So here he saw a guaranteed opportunity, which is that on this wave, he knew they can take mid lane tower. Which is why he went mid lane. Let's look at how he plays this fight. I think he played it horrible, but he's just super strong. I think that was okay. But I think now just like EQ this Ezreal here. If he EQs Ezreal here, instead of this Poppy, he tried to kill the Rakan there. Yeah, I'm a bit unfortunate, but I think that's GG, basically. And then the game's like literally over. They just FF'd. Because there's no more replay, right? But does that make more sense regarding... I mean, I talked about dropping fights a little bit, right? Like focus AD carries and stuff, focus the jungle, don't focus the enemy. But this game was like a bit of a stomp, so it's a bit harder to cover. Group side lane, depends on tempo, right? But we mostly talked about win condition, being efficient, and ganking still. And yeah. Did you guys understand most of it? And do you guys have any questions? The early game was kind of clean though. The past lesson I'll upload tomorrow probably. How do you zoom out? Shift control zoom. Shift control. That's how I can zoom out. Shift control zooming. And wheel up or down. If you're winning conditions like play for AD carry, but your AD carry is like super bad. How are you supposed to like that's your game plan? In that case, make sure you involve the guy that is strong. That's a mid lane, but if your AD carry is strong, if AD carry is strong and strolling, that kind of sucks. It is what it is. It's like saying as the AD carry, yeah, my general doesn't know how to gank. What do I do? Well, you know, just play fights better, I guess, you know? Yeah, I'll just stop the recording for now and I'll just answer the questions.